Is this still the best budget wheelbase in 2025? Let's talk about it. Hi, my name's Gav and welcome back to the channel where today we are talking about Cammus and the Cammus wheelbase. So just before we talk about Cammus, a disclaimer that Cammus actually sent me this wheelbase, wheel and button box for me to review well over a year ago, and I thought now would be a good time to jump into it and talk about my experience over the last year after using and abusing this wheel and wheelbase and see how it's held up with all the new things coming into the market. Also for context, over the years I've used a host of direct drive wheelbases and belt driven and gear driven. I've had Simicube, Fanatec DD1, Fanatec DD, CSL DD. I've used Moza R21 a couple of times, so I've got a decent understanding of what a good wheelbase feels like. And when Cammus sent this to me, I was very excited because at the time this was a budget, entry level-ish direct drive wheelbase. It is the Cammus DDW15B, something like that. I should have looked it up. And it gives you 15 Newton meters of force straight into your hands. Now, about a year ago, I did a review after having the wheelbase for a short amount of time. And overall, I found it to be a pretty positive experience. Definitely some things that I didn't love about it, but where am I at after a year? So let's talk about the pros of the wheelbase. Firstly, 15 Newton meters is absolutely no joke. It is super, super powerful. It is probably at the limit of what you actually need. I know we have 20 Newton meter wheelbases, but do you actually need that much power? The unit itself is sturdy. It's built like a brick shithouse. It's a humongous unit. It weighs a lot. But it is sturdy and well made, and it definitely looks pretty cool on the rig. With a lot of companies doing these different designs and everything, I love that Cammus is just big hunk of metal on your rig. The customer service has been fantastic with Cammus so far. So when I originally had this wheel and the button box attached to it, after about a couple of weeks or a month, I noticed that my downshifts weren't working, which is, you know, a problem for slowing down. And I messaged Cammus and let them know, and they said they helped me work through the problem. Once we couldn't find a solution to the problem, they ended up sending me a brand new shifter cable, which was the issue, and that was super easy to change over. Just a few bolts, plug a new shifter cable in, and we were all good to go. So I cannot fault them on the customer service. They were fantastic. They've been really responsive when we were talking about setting this collaboration up. So 10 out of 10 for customer service. It's been brilliant. The included button box, which I actually have attached to this Asolith wheel rim at the moment, but the button box included is good. As an included button box in the bundle, it is perfectly serviceable. The shifters are very clicky and very nice. I really like the shifters on it. It has rotary encoders, it has switches. Overall, really, really good. Also, I don't know if you can see back here, the actual wheelbase itself has buttons, which is great if you're just running a wheel rim like this leather wrapped one here. It means you can still have some rotaries and some buttons and some switches so that you do have button control when you are using no button box, which I think is a brilliant idea, and more companies should start doing that. It's just handy for like when you're rallying and you want to have the ignition switch and everything. It's super useful. Speaking of the leather bound rim, this is the rim that I got with it. It had the button box attached to it. This is fantastic. I'm not a big leather rim fan. I much prefer Alcantara or suede, but this rim has been fantastic. I have used and abused this for rally, for road driving, for everything, and it basically looks new. Like, this thing has just held up. Usually you would get some wear over by where your hands would sit, but this thing has been absolutely phenomenal. Really, really well made, really, really, really sturdy. I'm super impressed with that. Although I'm not massively a leather rim person, this has been really, really good and I've super enjoyed having it. A couple more pros is actually the driving feel of it. It's overall really strong, responsive and smooth. There may be a little bit lack of detail. I definitely talked about this in my first review, that there being not as much detail, but there have been some software updates and it's definitely improved. It doesn't have the fidelity of like a Simicube or something, but you get enough detail to go driving with it. And I think it's just genuinely really, really, really good to drive. The price is easy to talk about, right? So for $5.99, you're getting the wheelbase. I'm going to look this up now. For $5.99, you're getting the wheelbase. The button box and wheel is $199, so total $800. You're getting ready to go with 15 Newton meters of direct drive. Now that is really good. Like that's a great price. You could for a button box and wheel, you could spend that much money with other companies. So it's a really competitive price. And you know, a year and a bit ago, it was the most competitive price. Now, in terms of price, there is more competition on the market now. In the last couple of years, companies have been getting much better with affordable direct drive systems. So, I mean, now you've got the, I've got my numbers here. You've got the SimMagic Alpha Evo, which is 12 Newton meters, and it's going to cost you $549. And then you've got Conspit, who I left sim racing for a bit and I've come back and Conspit are this huge thing. They've got a 12 Newton meter base for $539. So $599 for the wheelbase is not as competitive as it was, but it is still a really, really good price. I think that the price can stay competitive, and with the more shipping options that Cammus are offering, for example, they now have a warehouse in Saudi Arabia, which is really easy for me to get stuff shipped here, but they do have US and European distributors, which makes it much easier for you to get the products quicker. So let's talk about some cons, because there are a few, not many to be honest. Firstly, the software is not great. I find it hard to do a software update on the wheelbase. It's overall not the nicest thing to look at, and in terms of not the nicest thing to look at, the website is god awful. The website is horrendous. It looks like it's from 2004. It's just not a nice website to look at. But then again, that's not the end of the world, is it? The wheelbase is quite loud. The fans do spin quite loudly. I mean, if you've got headphones on and you're racing, you're never going to notice it. But if you're racing without headphones, or there's other people in the house, or there's other people in the room, it is definitely loud. And the fan kind of like spins up, then stops, then spins up, then stops, then spins up, and then stops. It hasn't overheated. That I have heard people have had issues with overheating, but mine has not overheated yet. It does get a bit warm. Let's see. It's okay now. I did some racing earlier and it's okay, but in terms of heat, yeah, it does get a bit warm. Not to the point that you're going to hurt yourself when touching it, but it is going to, if you live in a country where you don't have air conditioning like we do, it probably is going to warm up the room along with your PC and everything. But overall, Cammus have been, the wheelbase has been fantastic. The experience has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed driving with it. There are some downsides. Obviously, again, didn't mention this, but the mounting pattern on the bottom is horrendous. Why is it not the same as everyone else? It's still, and I said this in a review over a year ago, it's still only held on by 2 bolts, and it does shake my rig to all hell when we're driving at high Newton meters. But that's a me problem. I could fix that by drilling, and I just haven't. It works for me now. It has been really, really, really fantastic, and I'm super impressed with it. I don't see myself needing to upgrade. The only thing I would like to upgrade is wheels now, because this thing has been rock solid and I cannot fault Cammus at all for just making a good product. Also, one of the things I didn't mention, forgot to do that, is that they have normal quick releases. Literally what I did is I bought, I don't know if you can see, I bought a quick release base side, attached it to that, ran the pass-through for the button box in there, and then literally I've just bought loads of different quick releases, so I don't have to spend loads of money on the different quick releases. Because like, for example, like Conspit, I think their quick release is like $69. Like every time you want to get a new wheel, you have to get a $69 quick release. That's insane. These are costing me like a tenner, and I can just buy loads of them. So like more companies should do this. just make it easier for us to swap wheels. We like having lots of wheels. Anyway, that is, tangent aside, that is Cammus. I have really enjoyed this wheelbase. If you are looking for something budget and something really strong and powerful and really fun to drive, yes, there are lots of other options out there these days from all the major companies, but I can recommend Cammus. I have put this through the ringer for over a year now. I've not had a single issue apart from the shifter that was replaced by Cammus. So yeah, if you are looking for something nice and simple and easy to use, have a look at Cammus, because I don't think you'll be disappointed. But you tell me. If you've got any thoughts or comments or questions, leave them in the comments below. You can also follow me on my socials down there below. But I hope you enjoyed me taking a jump back into the reviewing space. I love doing reviews, and there hopefully should be more to come. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead of you. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.